So can you confirm you can see my screen now? Can everyone see my screen? We respond with your emoji, with your reaction, if you can see my screen.
I can't see your screen, it's blank here.
If you can see my screen, please react with emoji or in the search. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah. So for today's class, welcome everyone again. In our last class, we covered the introduction to Power BI. What is Power BI? Why we need to learn Power BI, or why we need to adopt Power BI in our organization, and different versions of Power BI that we can use in every organization to render business solutions. And we cover the roadmap on how we can, if you want to become a Power BI developer, how you can be able to achieve it in a very obtainable learning curve. And we have what again, how to install Power BI. We installed Power BI in our last class. And this work email creation is our email. So I believe most of us we could have followed the tutorial thing to do the email and be able to create your own email. So today we are covering our second module, which is getting started with what? Power BI. We already know what Power BI is. We already know what data analytics is. Okay. Now, how can we use Power BI? So we need to get started, which is the first process in our roadmap to Power BI development is how to get data, which is data extraction. So yeah, for today, we need to get familiar with Power BI interface. If you have installed your Power BI, you open your Power BI, which is on this my icon here, or you go to your main search icon, you search for Power BI. So different way you can see Power BI desktop. Different way you want to open it, or you go to your start menu, you look for your all app, and you look into Power BI there, Microsoft Power BI. Microsoft Power BI. Yeah, you'll see it here, Power BI desktop. You open it anywhere you want to open it. So I have it in my taskbar here as what I use every day. So I just open it from my taskbar. So let's wait for Power BI to open. You'll see this interface when Power BI is opening. You get this interface. So yeah, and this is Power BI. So it's still loading. Yeah. So welcome to Power BI. This is Power BI. You can see here Power BI desktop. So for this Power BI desktop, this is the welcome page. We call it the welcome page for Power BI. The welcome page for Power BI. For this section, highly confirm you can see my screen after this.
Yes, we can still see your screen. Yes, yes.
Okay. I want to annotate, so I would like to know if my screen is still showing. With this, excuse me, with this, hold on, someone just initiated a call from here. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. So please confirm you can see my screen after the annotation.
Yes, I can still see your screen.
Thank you. Can you see the annotation now? Like what I'm annotating?
Yes, I can.
Okay, please, if you are annotating with me, please stop it if you're annotating. And please, someone is annotating. Please, if you are that one, please stop. Thank you. So for Power BI welcome page, there are 3 sections that we have, which the first one is this. So the first one is this section in your welcome page. The second section is this. And the third section is the one you have here. So this first section is where you see if you have recent file in your Power BI, like you're already working in Power BI already, you will have it here. You will see get data, you will see recent source. If you are just opening Power BI for the first time, you will not see all this recent file. If you are just opening for the first time, so don't let it like, okay, I don't have all this on there. It's because I'm working with some Power BI file recently. And here, if you are connected to the internet, you will see all these video here. These are Power BI contents from Power BI community and Power BI blogs. So you can see these are some welcome guide. Get started with Power BI. If you are just getting with Power BI, how to build reports. They call it quick tips. You can see, show this on. If you don't want to show it, you can uncheck this, view load video. And this third one here, you can see Mubak Dauda because I'm signed in my own Power BI. So in your own, if you are just opening it, you will see only sign in. Sign in, you will not see your name there. Because I sign in my own Power BI, someone just annotates my screen. So, and you have this what's new. These are for Power BI blogs, Power BI news, Power BI community. So if you want to go to Power BI community, you click. These are quick tips, which you don't need mostly. So the next thing we need to do is this, is closing this app. If you don't want to see it anymore in your Power BI, you can come to here and say, do not show this thing on startup again. Anytime you open Power BI, you should not show it again, and it will not show you. But if you want it to show, you can check it up. Okay, show for me anytime you open Power BI. So it depends on your choice. And that's Power BI welcome page. So the next thing here we have in Power BI is, this is Power BI interface. Everything here is Power BI interface, and I'll be explaining what this interface is for us now. So for this interface, this is what we call the ribbons. This is what we call the ribbons. Sorry. This is what we call the ribbons. From here down here, across the ribbons, are called the ribbons. So after that, we have the, from here, we have the views here, which this first one is telling us the report view. Report view. The second one is telling us the what? The data view. Data view. The third one is telling us what? The model view. The model view. Yeah. So these are the 3 types of views you have in Power BI. So when they say, okay, how many views you have in Power BI? You have only 3 types of views, which is the first one is the report view, the second one is the data view, and the third one is model view. Please, if you are the one annotating, please stop. And after that, we have what we call the pane. We have what we call the pane. So here we have what we call format pane. There are different pane. We have data pane too. We are coming there, and we have filter pane too. So there are 3 types of pane here. I don't know how I can. I don't know that person putting that in there, and I'm coming.
Hi, Muba. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Faith.
So I don't know. Is there a way you can stop anybody from annotation?
Yeah, let me try that. So I will need to pause this.
All right.
I don't know who is annotating, boss. I think let me go into the setting. Seconds. A minute, please. Let me see if I can do this then.
What's personal saving? I keep thinking. It's not smelling just. It's what I did that is funny.
What's funny?
What I did is funny.
Nothing is funny.
I don't think there is a way I can do that. So let's continue. Let's continue. So let's continue because I have some people annotating with me here and it's disturbing what I'm doing. So, and there's no way I can regulate them here. So you guys will see my screen now, but please, if you are the one annotating with me, please. If you are the one annotating with me, please stop the annotation. Thank you. So, can you see my screen now?
Yes, your
Can
screen
you-
is off now.
Thank you. So we stop at the views. We stop at the views and the format pane, the filter pane. Yeah. So we say these are the ribbons for your Power BI interface. So everything you need in Power BI is under these ribbons. We have the views there. It's called views, which the first one that we have now is called report view. Report view. And this icon you see here is called the what? The data view. So I'll stop annotation. So let's continue. So this icon here, you see this is report view, this is data view, and this is model view. So this report view are the one you're seeing here. This data view is where you see your data when you bring data into Power BI. This model view is where we build relationship and connection. So let's go back to report view. Now, report view, we have it's called pane. We call it pane. This is data pane. This is data pane. You find all your data. You haven't loaded any data yet. You can still get data because we haven't built any data. So this is Power BI interface. This is filter pane. And we have what again do we have here? You can think there is a way. Okay. Let me see. And we have what we call the visual pane, but it is being updated. It is up here now. So, and we have pages here. You can see if you want to have a new page, you can click on the plus. You have multiple page reports, close it. So, yeah, I don't need this page. I don't need this page. So, and we have the zoom here. If you want to zoom this middle we see here, this middle from here that I highlighted is called the canvas. It's called the what? Report canvas. Yeah. From here down to this place are called the report canvas. So if you bring in any visual, this is where it will show. You can see it now. If you bring in any visual, this is where it will show. So if you don't want it there are many other things you want to do. So anytime you bring in visual, you find this here. So you show in your report canvas. Shows in your report canvas. And you can see here now the visual pane. You have the data pane, you have the visual pane. So anyhow you want to do it. I don't want it here. So, and I can remove all these ones and I will go back to my normal one, which is default view. So, another this home ribbon, you can see what we have. We have get data, we have all these things. So, an article will be sent to you on where you can, in manual, you can understand all this Power BI interface. So everything will be sent to you in your email tomorrow. So we have different views here, and this is it. This home tab contains how you can get data, how you can queries, insert, calculations. You understand everything as you move on the class. So insert, if you want to design, you want to bring in visuals, everything will be explained later. Model, where you build your model, build parameters. View, where you customize your reports, where you create your team, you do any other thing you want to do. And we have optimize. We have help. This help is all Power BI documentations. So if you want to learn Power BI more, this will take you to Power BI, what's it called? It will take you to Power BI documentations, Microsoft Learn. This will take you to Power BI YouTube channel where you learn Power BI about their products, Power BI documentations, the function, and everything that contain Power BI. If you have any issue with Power BI, you need support. There is a support where you can call on to. There is Power BI blog, there is Power BI community where you learn better, you ask questions, you see people facing same things you are facing. So because Microsoft believe that, okay, no one can know all their products alone, so you need to collaborate with a team. You need to collaborate in a community to perform better on how you can use it. There are many things to do there. So that's for, what's it called? That's for the Power BI interface. So now, in our next agenda that we have what we call introduction to what? Power Query. We already get familiar with the Power BI interface. So for Power Query, for us to go into Power Query from Power BI, you come to your home ribbon here and you come to transform data. Can you see this there? So if you see the hovering effect, you see use Power Query editor to connect, prepare, and transform data. So you come to this transform data and you see two things here, multiple things. You come to transform. Just click on the transform. Another window will open for you. Can you see my Power Query window? Yeah. Wait, are you there?
Yes, we can see
Yes,
your
we are there.
screen.
We can see. We can see your screen.
Thank you. So for Power Query, this Power Query windows and what we have. Now, what is Power Query? Let's now see from our chart. So how we know, Power Query is a business intelligence tool again, available in, Power Query is a data transformation tool. Sorry for that. Wow. Power Query is a data transformation tool available in Excel and Power BI that allows you to import data from multiple sources and then clean, transform, and reshape your data as needed. So what Power Query does for you is this. You know, in our last class, we were talking about why you should learn Power BI for this analytical engine. We mentioned this analytical engine we were mentioning then was what we call Power Query. What Power Query does is this. You can see the process of Power Query here. You can be able to bring data from anywhere you are for you to create a report that will deliver business solution. Whether anywhere the data is, you can bring it into Power. Power Query give you that access and that power to bring it from anywhere and store it into this Power Query, and you transform, you clean everything you want to do. You transform it in Power Query, and after that, you load it to your data model. And after you load it to your data model, you create your reports. So that's what Power Query does for us. And we'll be uncovering the power in that query that you want to see now. So what you just do is this. So that's what Power Query is in nutshell. And here is our Power Query interface. It's another window on its own because it's an analytical engine that have a lot of power to transform. It's only meant for data transformation and preparation. That's what Power Query meant for. So, and while we come there, you can see it has its own window too, which has its own ribbon. Don't forget it's the ribbon, home, transformer, column view, tools, files, and other stuff. And after that, you can find all these things here. And you see this pane here. This pane here called queries are where all the data you are bringing into Power Query. This is where it will stay. And after we import some data here, you will see other features coming in. So to bring data into Power Query, you will see this icon here, new source. You click on this new source. And you click on this new source, you will see Excel, SQL Server, Analytics, text. So there are many ways. Let's open. You click on more, you open a navigation box for you. So there are tons of places you can bring in data. You can see as I'm scrolling, there are tons of places you can bring data, extract data from anywhere to Power Query. So what we'll be covering now to start with, and you can see the category at this place here. These are all. If you want to categorize it, you have file. So it means if your data are files, you can bring it into Power Query. If it is inside a database, there are tons of database here. SQL Server, Access Database, SQL Server, Access, Analytics Server, Oracle, IBM, MySQL, tons of databases you have. Anywhere you have it, you can connect it with Power BI, MariaDB, Jetro, anyone. And after that, you have Microsoft Fabric, which is the latest updates in Microsoft product now that uncover everything. So if you have data flow, KQL database, and other stuff, I have Power Platform. You see different category there. You can, if you have data browse, if you are a Power developer, anywhere you want to be, if you want to bring your data into Power BI, you can do that. And Azure is an online database, which is cloud database. So you can see different places you can bring in data into Power BI. Online service, tons of places there. So Power Query offers you multiple places you can bring in data for your, if you want to deliver your solution. You see R, Python. If you have your data from Python, you can bring it into from here. OLDB from database, Adobe, big, which are big data. So you see multiple things there. So we'll be covering starting with files. We are bringing our data from files. So for the data we will bring in, I will select Excel first because I want to bring in Excel data into into Power Query for me. And I'll click on connect. So once I select it, it will locate in your in your local machine. The file sent to you in your local machine. Once you extract it, I'll just come here. You know what? Locate Power BI Masterclass for me in my file and open to flat file. When you in the file sent to you, you will find all this file there. You'll find everything there. So what Power Query will do for me is to locate any file in this folder that I open that is only Excel only. If it is not Excel, it will not see it. It is only Excel will see. I'll just come to flat file and I will see. You can see for here now, it is Excel. If you look here now, you see Excel file only. And I'll click on open. So once I click on open, you see it is creating a connection between Power Query and my local machine. so I can be able to see it. And after I do that, you will see the option here, which is this. You will see sheets here, which means in my Excel file here, in my flat file here, where is the Excel file, Excel workbook. So this sheet in my Excel workbook, let me open my Excel. So this sheet, you can see this name of the file here, this sheet, and I will have that. If I have multiple sheets, I will see multiple sheets open in my workbook. And if I close this now, I will say, okay, minimize this. And I will select this sheet. It will preview all those files for me. Can you see that now? As I have it in my Excel. Customer key, geography, customer title. Okay, let me expand this. Customer key, geography, customer title, and many other ones like that. And you can see it here. You can see the preview, merge, everything you want to do, stuff. So, and you click on OK. You click on OK. And when you click on OK, you can see there are other things that are added to our Power Query once I bring in data. Before, we only have the ribbons and all this file, and we have the queries. And now another pane has added to it, which is the apply, what's it called? Which is the query setting here. So in this query setting, you will see the name of that file here. If I want to rename it, I can rename it here. Okay, I can say customer data. If I want to rename that file that I bring in, I will say customer data Excel. I see customer data Excel. And I'll click on enter. You can see it has renamed the data that I brought into Power BI for me. So in Power Query, all this data that I bring in, in Excel, we call this data, in Excel, we call it what we call tables. In Excel, it is called tables. This sheet now, if I convert this time, I can say, okay, these are tables in, what's it called? In Excel, which is sheet. And that is what is called in Excel. It's called worksheets. But in Power Query, it is called queries. It is called what? Query. So no matter anywhere you are bringing your, what's it called? You bring your data from, it will rename it as what for you? As query. So just know that query are what we call tables in Excel. But they have just their time of pronouncing them. In Excel, it is called table or worksheets. But in Power Query, it is called query. So when you are asking, they are talking in time of Power Query for like, okay, how many queries do you have here? So which query do you bring from Excel? Which query do you from Power Platform? Know that they are referring to the data that you bring into Power Query. So that's just the term for it. And here we have our pane setting. I'll show you how to rename. And we have apply step. You see this apply step here? We are coming there when we start cleaning our data. So I'll be explaining what this apply step is. And you can see you are bringing data into Power Query now. And you can see all the data here, everything we have. So the next thing we are having is to bring another data. So if I want to bring another data into Power Query, I'll click on new source again. And I will say, where am I bringing my data from? I want to bring from text or CSV. And I will come here. It will go to my local machine again. It's still loading. It will go to my local machine. Still loading. Yeah. So you can see now, and it will open my, what's it called? So you see in this, my flat file, again, it only locates Excel words, comma separated value, which is CSV. You can see text or CSV here. And I will click on open, and it will still bring CSV for me. You can see how it is, comma separated value. And I'll say, start using this example. Wow, these are the updated version of Power Query. Before we just show you something like this, and you see, okay, is this the file you have? Yes, and you click on OK. So it will extract it for you in form of a table. So what we do again is to rename this as what? Customer data CSV. So, and you click on enter, it will rename it for you. So that's the second one. Another place you are bringing data, don't forget, we are bringing data from all our flat file here, which is file. We are bring from Excel, we are bring from text. So now we want to bring from XML. We want to bring from XML, so let's click on connect. You can see it is showing me customer XML, and I'll click on OK, bring me XML file. I want this file. So if you have your data as XML format, that's how you bring in your data into Power Query. So don't forget, Power Query can get many things in from many different rules, and we just put them together in the query panel here. And I'll click on select the preview. Yeah, this is what I want. I'll click on OK. So bring me, you can see name it as row because that's what you can find in that XML. So you come here if you want to rename it for descriptive sake, and you say, okay, we'll rename it to customer data XML. I'll click on enter. Please confirm if I'm still here, if I'm still there. Fit?
Some people, hello, yeah, some people can't see your screen. Some are saying it is frozen.
But can you see my screen?
No, not at all.
For view? You can see my screen for now too.
Yes, I can't.
Please confirm if you can see my screen. Thank you. My screen is shared, so if you can't see my screen, please leave the cloud and leave the call and join again. It's from your network. Thank you. So before I move on, and this is for XML. So let's say, okay, for our next one, we want to bring from our files is from JSON. Assuming you have your data in JSON format and you want to bring it into Power BI, you just click on, you come to file, you select that JSON format, and you select connect, and you can see here JSON, and you bring it into Power BI. You can see, and it will show you navigation pane. JSON is still loading. You can see that now. So JSON. So we have over 4 here. We have in our flat file in the category of file. We are bringing data from 4 different sources now into Power BI. So let's bring from more sources from file. Let me see if I still have one here. Let's say we want to bring from PDF. Yeah, thank you. I want to bring from PDF. And I click on connect. I cannot find any PDF here. Let me see if I have PDF here. Okay. I don't think if I have anything. Let me see what I have here. So this is in form of something for us, you can see, because you can navigate through different pages and different rows. I can preview which one I want to do. You can see because of I'm putting a PDF that is a Word document. So it's navigating it based on how I grouped the file. So, but let me find. I think I have. Let me quickly create something. Let me quickly create something from here. What is the Excel file? Save as PDF. So where's PDF? So let's say you have your data in form of PDF. Look as what I'm just doing now. So you still be the same thing on how you bring the data into Power BI. Just go to your Power Query and select PDF and look at the PDF file. But make sure it is in form of a table format. So it will be easy for you. You can see what I just did now. Your streets just so it sense because it's not in table format and it's showing me those ones. So if I come back in and I say, okay, get from PDF for me. And I say, get from PDF. And I'll click on flat file. You can see there now. And if I bring it, we'll still have the same format we have here. So let's sit down for it. It's a big thing, a large file. So it's still loading, still connecting. So hello, Faith, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay.
Hello. All right.
Yeah, please check your WhatsApp. The PDF is still loading because I think the data contains some little large file there. Yeah, and this is it. You will see the same thing as we have for other ones too. I think I will close this. I think the file is kinder cumbersome a little. So to save our time, let's move on to, but I think you got the idea of how we bring data into PDF. From PDF, still loading. The reason it's taking time is because the data is large data from and it's PDF. That's why it's. Let me give it 1 minute. And after that, continue. Yeah, you can see how many tables do we have? You have 535. Do you know what that means? It means it break all those things into what? Into different columns. Into different columns. And the reason that I have it like this is because when I was exporting it as a PDF, I didn't select it to cover all of those columns. I only select it only have a default of A4, which means it only recognizes how many columns that fits a page. That's why I split them into different kind of thing like this. So and that's how we move it. And that's the idea of bringing it from PDF. And you can pick anyone, you can pick one. Let's pick one so we can save our time. When I click on OK, it will join this one here. You can see them. So, and that's it. So our next one, how to bring data, is to bring data from a folder. Let's say, okay, you work in an organization. I tell you, okay, we want to see the data from, we want you to make a report for our transaction and our sales from January to December, and want to see the annual report. So, and the data you're given is from each month, which is January, February, March, April, and like that. So instead of you bringing it one by one from, okay, January, February, March, bringing it to Power BI. So Power Query add a folder extraction that, okay, you can combine all those data into one folder if they have the same column formats. If they have the same what? Column format. What I mean by column format is this. Let's say, okay, from monthly sales data now. This data we have April, May, August, something. If I open this April now, it means, let's see what this April data look like. You can see we have transaction dates, month, product ID, customer quantity. And if I open for the next month too, August, you see we have for the same data, what's it called? Data columns. And what I mean by data format is this, like, okay, the value in this transaction is date. And for the other one, for the other what's it called? For the other file too, from their transaction, it is that same date format. Same thing for month, it should be text. This one is for numbers, it's for numbers, it's for numbers. So for the corresponding other files too, it should be the same data, what's it called? It should be the same data type. And what's it called? And the same column headers. Should be the same data type and the same column header. So if it meets those conditions, you can combine them with folder. You can use folder to combine them. And if it is not, you cannot use folder to do that. So now we come to our Power Query and you say, okay, you know what? We want to get data from folder and you say connect. And once I click on connect, it will ask for the folder name. And you say, okay, where are you connecting? You can browse or you come to your file here and you copy the file path, Control C. I find this so easy. I'll just copy the file path. But if you want to browse, you can go where you locate that file. I'll click on OneDrive. This might go much. You can see monthly sales, and I'll click on OK. That's one part. That's one way. Or you can go to your folder and paste it, just like I do. It's the same thing. I'll click on OK. So what Power Query does is this. You can see it has located that folder in your local machine, your local PC. And you can see the name, April, August, as you have it in your what's it called? You can see April, August, December, as you have everything there. And it will bring it there. And you see the dates, the file format, every information about that file. And you click on, there are two ways here. Transform means it will load them one by one. It will load them one by one, like this April, August. You will now be combining them yourself. But Power Query, you have everything that make it easy for you. You just click on combine and transform. It means you will look at it. Did they have the same data type? If it answered us as yes, it will combine them. And do they have the same column? Yes. If you answer that again, it will combine them and do all the transformation for you into a new query, which is a new query. A new query means a new table. So you see, it's still looking at them. Okay, select the data. It is telling me, okay, which one should you use as first file? The first file is April. It's taking April as the first one. As the example, look at it. Is it the data you are bringing in? Yes. And you say, okay, you know what? Click on OK. So once I click on OK, a new query will be a new table will be created here, which is a query. Yeah, you can see that now. Transform file. You can see it has performed all the necessary function that you'll be doing if you are combining multiple things together. So these are functions that will take you time to do, but Power Query make life easy, and it combines everything for you in just what? In just one step. You just click on combine and it do everything for you. So you can see it created a new, what's it called? A new folder for us here, a parameter. These are things that I use that you yourself you actually created for you to do all those things. This is a function, this is a list, and this is a parameter. So you'll be learning this in Power Query later because these are functions that are automatically created by Power Query for you. And you can see everything from here now. If you see the months, you will find all other months there. Okay, this is for sample file. Okay, it will be here. Yeah, monthly sales file. And if you click on what's it called? If you click on months, if you click on this filter, you will see all other months as it's being combined for you. You see that? And that's how you can import if you are working with annual or biannual data that you want or you want to analyze using Power BI, that's how you can combine them together. It's so easy for you putting them into a folder. So it is so easy for you for your transformation to do. So what Power Query again does us is to make transformation easier for you. Like in what will take you like 3 hours in Excel in some other place, Power Query can do it for you in 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You can see how we can bring in data from different places now without stressing. We combine data, multiple data together in just 1 minute. So, and that's how you bring in into what's it called? Into Power Query. So we've covered how to get data from these two. So now the third thing we're covering for today is how to get data from web and APIs. So let's assume, okay, your data doesn't reside anywhere, but it is on your company website, or it's from an external website. For example, let's say you want to get the list of countries in the world and their population. Let's say you want to work on a geographical data or anything, and it's not given to you, but that thing is on the web. It's an open source that you can get. So, and you need that for your analysis. What you just do is this: you come to your browser, and come here. You can say, okay, you know what? Search for list of states in US. Let's say list of countries in the world. List of countries in the world. Yeah, I think this gives us what you need. List of countries in the world and population. So if you need this now, because it's what we need. And one thing you need to understand when you want to bring data from a web is the data that you need must be in form of a table. Must be in the form of a what? In form of a table. For this now, if you know HTML, CSS, these are for developers. This is the table format. This is a tabular format, a normal table, because we have what we call a column and a rows. So that's what we call a tabular data or a tabular model. So this is the tabular data now, because it gives us in a column and a row. So when we when we pick this now, we have many other things. We only have this one because I think this is the only table here. Assuming the other thing that is a tabular format in this website, in this web page, it will open it for us again. So if you copy this URL now, you copy the URL and you come to your Power Query and you say, you know what, bring data for me from where? Bring data for me from where? And you see it will ask for the URL and you paste the URL there and we'll click on OK. So what Power Query does is it will create connection from the Power Query with that website that you are connecting to. So let's create connection. So you can see it now. You know, I mentioned that, okay, if it's a table, you will locate that table in that website. And this is the table. You can see the table here now. These are the HTML code that they used to write that website. And these are the text that display on the website. So, and we are bringing this table because that's what we need. We select this table. If you're having more than one table there on a web page, you will see all the table in this icon. And this is it. And click on OK. So once I click on OK, it will bring it into Power Query for us. Can we see that now? You can see the power of what Power Query endowers. You bring in data from how many sources now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring that from 8 sources. And that's how you can bring in multiple things to acquire that result, the solution you want to bring, that the business solution. It will take you 15 sources that the data you need to deliver a business solution, you bring it from that 15 sources into Power Query. And you can rename this to OKO web data. Web data. Yes, enter. So we bring it into web data, yeah, and that's where we pause for now. So let the question comes in for the next 10 minutes before we continue for the other ones. I think it's 1 hour already. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, do you have questions? Let our question comes in next 10 minutes. So we continue from there.
Okay, yeah, I saw one question on the group chat.
Okay. How do you bring data from API like Kobo? Okay,
Kobo.
yeah.
So I would hand over that to Moba to answer.
Okay. Okay, I'm coming there. How to bring data from API. I noticed that. So if you have question, please kindly raise your hand. Kindly raise your hand, and the moderator will give you the, what's it called? Give you the assets. So Agatawi, sorry if I didn't pronounce that well. So please give her the mic. Give her the audience, please. You have 10 minutes for a question before we move. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
good evening, moderator. Thank you for this opportunity. Please, my question is very short. Then I don't know if you can do it for me. When you are talking about connecting data from different sources, my network was having issue. My laptop is doing what you are saying is not even going in order with what is showing. So I have to start the laptop all over again. I'm kind of confused. If you can just quickly run down how you connect data and from all the different sources, please, I don't mind.
Okay, Agatawi, thank you for that, please. And there is always a recorded session because this thing is being recorded and be forwarded to you after the class, which is tomorrow. So you can go through that because we only have stipulated time to get this. So I think you can go through the recorded session. Thank you. So the next person.
Thank you.
Elbe. Kingsley. Kingsley, are you there? Please give her the audience. Give him the audience order.
All right, unmute him.
Okay, good evening, facilitator and moderator. Thank you for this opportunity to learn Power BI. My question is kind of simple. Selecting data or getting data from a folder, like the one you were explaining, different modes, merging them together. I didn't really get that, sir. Please. Thank you.
Okay. So what's getting data from folder means is this. As I explained the scenario, let's say you working and they want to see the task for you is okay. We want to see the annual reports or like quarterly reports of what the organization or the business have been doing for the past 1 quarter, and you were given that data from or the year. You are given from data from each of those months, which is January, February, March, April. As I use this as a scenario here. So instead of you bringing what's it called? Instead of you bringing April data in 1, another data in 2, another one for 3, like January, February, March, that will be consuming much of your time. So you just need to locate, okay, are these data is the same data, like is the same color? Yes. Are they contain the same values, like the same data type? if they answer those questions, that when you explore them, you exhail something, as we did here, April data contain this, and we look for the next one, which is August data, contains the same like 5 column and the same data type, which is date, month, product ID, customer ID, store ID, and quantity. So it means you can put those things into a folder to save your time and use your get data from folder that will combine all of them together for you in just 2 minutes with Power Query. And that's what we did. And we bring in from there, we combined it. So is that
All right,
answer your question?
Yes, sir. Very well, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So the next person, Sulia Dauda, please give her the thank you. We have 5 minutes to go. So
Hi,
after
Mubarak.
Sulia Dauda, we have Mercy. Hi,
Okay.
Sulia.
Yeah, so thanks for this session once again. So my question is more or less like that of Eric. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name very well. So for folder we have the data in different folders. What if we have the data in Excel and is a different sheet? Does it work the same way? Do you understand my question?
Yeah, I understand your question. Like we have different data type, like extension, different file extension. Like maybe
No. So in Excel we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4 like that. So instead of having the data, for example, August data in a different Excel.
Okay, different worksheets,
Exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So
if
like
you're having those different worksheets,
right.
yeah, I got what you just asked now.
Okay,
So if
thank
you're
you.
having those different worksheets, what you do is, because you will not be able to combine those things like that into a folder, it means you will bring in it one by one into worksheet and select the worksheet that you need. For example, let me do this, something like this. I think I have something like this here. So, okay, I'll now be explaining what this is now. For this now, I have January, March transaction for 3 months. But it's inside one worksheet, like workbook, inside one Excel workbook. So I will need to bring it one by one into one book because I cannot combine them into one, into one folder. You will not be able, as in Power Query, will not be able to locate or iterate them in a folder when you put them. So when you're having a multiple workbook or multiple tables in one multiple worksheets in one workbook, you cannot combine them. You need to bring them one by one and select the worksheet that you want together. Hope this answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So last question before we move on, before we continue the class. That's Mercy.
All right. Good evening, sir. Good evening, our instructor and the moderator. Thank you for this opportunity. Okay, I'll say my question is similar to the questions that have been asked already. I think some of them have been answered concerning connecting different files together, like the JSON file, CSV file, and the XML file. Okay, when you were taking that part, you're a little bit fast, so I didn't get it. Oh. So the first person I've already talked on that. I think is already answered. And I also want to request that please, if you could go a little bit slow, yeah, it's as if you are very fast. And I'm finding it difficult to follow because I'm actually trying to follow with my system. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So don't worry, I'll take for that. Okay, but there is only the recorded session you can go through, just try to understand the concepts as I'm going through so you can replicate it through your recorded session. So you have the file, so everything. So thank you. Yeah, let's continue. For the other question we comment after the end session of the class. So yeah, now we'll bring it. I have a question. Someone asked a question, can we bring data from API like COBOL or something like that? So I will cover that now. So how to get data from API if you are from like, this is not mainly for everybody, it's mainly for like developer stuff. If you're coming from developer background or you're working with people, you're working in a software company that have back-end engineers, that have front-end engineers, that you have a website, you have an app, and you're working with those teams. So most of the data that will be coming from those websites will be fetched through API. So, and those one, when you're fetching data through API, it means in real-time data. As people are interacting on the websites or they are doing anything on the website on the real time, it should be updating in Power BI, Power Query. So that's what API does. So for API, there is this place or call, I think I have a list of some APIs somewhere down here. I have no, what I just opened. Okay, I think I have some links. I'll drop a link into, yeah. I'll pick this as example. So we have this open source API called Shocker Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is one Power BI developer that created this API on a free source. So I'll put it on. Okay, sorry, I didn't see some question. I didn't notice there are some questions. Please, the moderator, kindly let me know if questions are on the group. So we attend to this later. So we are using this API. If you are going to, you can put that data there. Yeah, Chuck Norris. So in our web, you just go to your web, paste that URL there. So what this API does for us is this Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is an API that generates random jokes for us. So this API generates random jokes of different categories. So, and these are the API. If I click on this now, it will open an API for me. You can see Chuck Norris can work on this. You just, when you refresh it again, another joke will be, what's it called? Be generated. You don't like something. So anytime there's a refresh or there's something here, there will always be a change on this API. So same thing on a website. If you're having a website or you have an API, like you have a developer that have an API in your organization. So anytime there is, every second, there is a new records coming in, it will be changing. And to add those into, if you're working in what's it called, in Power BI, there's what we call Power BI REST API. Yeah. Power BI REST API. I think I should put this in the chat. So if you are working with a developers team as a Power BI person, you'll be working with this. My screen is frozen. Please kindly react if you can see my screen, please.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Thank you. Someone said my screen is frozen. Please kindly check your network.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Thank you. So, and if you're working with, yes?
So we still have some people raising up their hands. Do they still want to ask questions, or can I lower their?
No, please kindly mute them. So until we finish the session, we're done accepting questions for now. Thank you. So, and we have this. For if you're working with developer team as a Power BI person, you'll be working with APIs very. If you're a company like software company, like SaaS company that you're cloud-based, your data will be coming much from API. So you will go and learn more about this. I've sent the link about the API documentation for Power BI. So actually not for now, but we are working with a random one for beginners to understand. So I'll just copy this link here and I'll come to my Power Query. Getting data from API is simple, just like as we get from web. And we say, okay, new source from web. and I'll paste it, and you'll say connect, and we'll connect to it just like as it did for web. And you can see from here now, it has created a connection already. You can see categories, many other things you want to do. How can I move this down? This is disturbing. Okay. So we have this. You can see a blind man can walk on the chuckles noise or something. So this is the joke that I generate. Anytime there is a refresh, if I refresh this now, you will find another thing there. Can you see that now? That's what an API does. It means on a real time, as a new record is coming from that side that you connect to, it will be changing once you initiate a refresh request from your Power Query. Can you see that? So if you're having tons of data, for more example, let me look at those documentation. Let me look at this documentation. Okay, yeah, there are different categories there. I don't want to go much into it. So there are different categories. Okay, animal, city, stuff like that. So for that question, for the person that asked for Kobo, I don't know. For the person that asked for Kobo, please can you provide a link to Kobo sites? Where is he? So I can tweet that after the class, like after we finish with our session. I don't see the person. Let me find the person. I can't find the question anymore. Please kindly drop the question so I can look into it. Okay. Please, if you have the link to Kobo, you can drop it so I can go through that for you after the class. So that's how you get from what's it called? From API as you have now. So if I come here and I initiate another request, you see a new thing generated again. That's how API works. So if you're connecting to API and it seems like, okay, you're having a website or you're having an app that you connect to that API, anytime there's new thing on that app, it's automatic. When you initiate refresh in your Power Query, it's bring the latest thing from that app or from that website. So that's what, when you want to do a real-time analysis or a real-time dashboard, it is advisable to use API, like if you're working with website or software, mostly in the software or developers team, something like that. That's when API is useful to do. And the next one you are connecting from is database. Yeah. Mostly every organization has database that you want to connect to. And there are different kinds of database. Before traditional database are called access database. Access. But the one now, as time move on, we have SQL, we have Oracle, we have different database that your organization might have or the company might have. You can connect to Power BI from there. But for our illustration for today, we are connecting to SQL database. So I will open my SQL database here and I will create a connection. I will say, okay, you know what? I want to connect to SQL database. Connect. So my SQL is still opening, but I know what's it called. I know the authentication offhand, so I can actually write some more of this like, you know what? Connect to mobile SQL Express. So this is like a local database for my PC. And I'll pick some database name. Anyone you see, it's optional. This server means your SQL server. So I'm waiting for it to open. So if you're having a local database, you will see here, you can see mobile SQL, that's the server name. You just copy the name, Control C. If you have SQL, C, and you just paste it there. You can see it from there. You paste, and assuming you are connected to your organization database, it will not show window authentication for you. It will show SQL Server authentication, and you will see either of this one there, reporting service and service database engine. You will see the server there. If you are, because it is my local database, local window database. That's why you can see it. For your organization or your company, you will either say authentication. Yeah, you will see SQL Server authentication because it will require your signing on how you want to sign in and all the stuff. And then you can connect. It will connect to my local database here. And let me see the database I have here. So I have Adventure and I have this farm data sets. Another farm data, I have different tables. So I'm going to connect to this farm data sets. I'm going to connect to this farm data set. It's still loading some tables for me. So I'll just come here and I will say, you know what, go to Power Query. If I want to ping the database, I can name the database directly. And if I don't, I can just come to click on OK. It will go to this server and locate all the database in that place. You can see Adventure Works, farm data sets. So I will just click on those tables. I want farm data sets. It's still loading the table for me. Okay, this one is expanding. So let's see the one that expand faster. Still loading. Let me see adventures. Still loading. So you can see this for adventures, and those are the tables in data sets. And this is the table. You can see different tables from it. And if I pick anyone that I want, I can say, okay, I want employee. It will show the preview for me. If you want multiple from them, you just select multiple. So, and that's how you bring data in from SQL Server. So if you're bringing data, that's how you bring data from SQL Server. And you can see it will create a new table for you. And that's how you bring data from SQL Server. So the next one we are bringing data from is from Google Drive. Let's say your data reside in Google Drive. Let me see this data. Let me see if I have. Let's see your data reside in Google Drive, and you don't want to download it. And I will be telling you the benefit of bringing data from the Google Drive instead of you downloading some Excel file. So I have some data here. Let me see my data here. Let me see some of my data here. Untitled spreadsheets. I don't think there is something there. But let me see, shared with me. Shared with me. Okay. Okay. Then there's data. So let's say I have this now. So for me to bring data from Google Drive, what you need to do is to come to share in your Google Drive, and you set it to anybody. You can see anybody with a link. Anybody with the link can view, and you copy that link. Once you copy, you come to your Power Query. You come to your Power Query and select web. Same thing. So we just do some modification. You paste it, and once you paste it, you now come here. From this your USB sharing, it will now be what's the file format of that anchor? It is Excel. So you come here and you come from this US sharing here, and you change it to that file extension or that file you are bringing to Power BI. It is Excel, and I will say XLXX. And I will come here, edit, and I will change it to formats. I'll change it to formats. You know, I bring from sharing before to XLLS, which is the file extension of that file you are bringing from Google Drive. And the edit will now be format. And when I click on OK, it will create a connection to your what's it called? Web content field. Okay, XLSX. Oh, Abi? XLSX. Is it like this? I don't even know the file extension anymore. I don't even know the file extension for. What's the file extension for Excel?
I think that should be XSLX. Is that what you wrote?
Okay. Okay, let me try this now. Same thing. Web content fields to get content. Format USB. What's wrong? Okay, let me see something. Edit. USP will be formats SLSS or XS.
LS.
Yeah.
It's SLSS.
Yeah.
It has work.
SLS. So I
XL.
made a little error
SS.
from that edit to be edit, but the USP will be format. So, and let's do some little connection. Still connecting to your Google Drive. So the advantage of bringing data from Google Drive instead of you downloading it to your local machine is this. Anytime the data is updated from your Google Drive, assuming is a form response now, anything, you know, it will save as an Excel file. So anytime it is updating and you refresh in your Power Query, it will update the recent things in that your Google Drive from that Google Drive, but to refresh it, it's like a real time. And that's why it is advisable. Like if you are having data that resides in Google Drive and it's a recurring data that will be refreshing mostly every time, just like API. But API is for developers, web app. But this one, you're having it something like a form or a response, and to be updating frequently. And you want those changes in your power, in your what's it called? In your reports. You can connect it to Google Drive. So as it's changing, when you refresh in your Power Query, it will update in your Power BI. So you can now view the table you want to do. You can see there are different tables there. There are different tables because I'm bringing this one. Let me see the one I'm bringing, table 4. What's the name of that file? Extract link from text. Okay. You can see the table that we have somewhere. Table 2. What was it bringing for me? I'm coming. XLSS. Okay, anyone with a link? Sorry, I need to open this. That's why I didn't get the actual format. And I will now share. I didn't open the file. So you only locate those things in the other one. Yeah, anyone with the link. And copy link. Let me now come back to this. And web. And web. You now change from here to this sharing. You change it to that file extension, SLS. And you change the USP to format. Let's see what I had from here. Still the same. Still connecting. After Google Drive, okay, we have one more before you go for today. Yeah, still the same. Still okay, still the same zone. Why is it not blinking? Why is it not blinking? Oh shit. Actually, it should not have been from this one first. I'm signed in. I'm signed in already. But let me try another one if this is not working. It should be. Because it could have shown tables there. Could have shown these tables. Copy link. Copy link. Well, could have shown those tables, but I don't know why it's not showing. So let's try another one. And if it doesn't show it, I will not try what's wrong with it. USB format. Click on OK. So if the file is CSV, you just put CSV as your extension. If it is PDF, you put PDF. If it is JSON, you put JSON, anyone it is. As it's connecting, I should show a window authentication preview, but I don't know why it's not showing window authentication. So let's await for this. Let's wait for this. Still connecting. Still connecting the network, I think. Yeah, let me now see. It's still showing the same. I think there's an update here from. There's an update from Power Query. Okay, it's asking for my browser updates, signing requirements. So they need to be an update. So what that's how you get from. I will share a file on how you do that. I think I'll put some article resources in the what's it called when the resources is sending tomorrow. So the last one, but not the least that we have for today, is how to get data from SharePoint. For everybody that's working in organization here, you will always use SharePoint in your organization if you're using Microsoft products. And how you can get data is the SharePoint list. And to get data from SharePoint list, or to get data from SharePoint, you have this document. Yes. And I can come here to get data from SharePoint list. There are different things. I will come to this URL and I'll copy from here. Get that from SharePoint. SharePoint is just like it's a place where you store your documents for organization people. And any folder in SharePoint, once it's updated in SharePoint, it will always updated in Power Query. So like a real time. So when you paste it, okay. What's the error about? So to connect to SharePoint, it will ask for what's it called? A credential. You can see. I need to sign in. I'm already signing already. Yeah. So if you are using it because it's an organization account, it's not something public, it is private. So and mostly those information are stored there. So for you to connect to SharePoint, it will, even when connecting to Power BI to Drive to should show me this authentication. But I don't know why it don't show there when you can. That's why it's not connecting. So but for this now, you need to do this. And let me explain what this navigation means. Anonymous means I just want to connect to it. But for web, anytime you are connecting to web, you connect as anonymous because it is public. And for this SharePoint, you cannot connect as anonymous because it's the organization account, so you will not connect. You will need to sign in using your organization credentials to sign in and be able to have access to it. For Windows, if you are connecting to what's it called, to some database, sometimes this is how we do. And web API, if you are connecting to API, I'll show you what this API means. For like Twitter now, there is what we call personal API, user API. There are only your unique API that it is if you want to connect to that site or that app. So you have your unique API that will give you that connection between Power Query with that website or the app you want to connect to. And the organization account, which is what I want to connect to SharePoint. Because I've already signed in and I'll click on connect. The current user isn't signed in. Let me sign in again. Let me sign in again. And it's looking for Microsoft. Yes. And I'm signing already and I'll connect. And it will look at me. We can't authenticate with credential provided. Why? And I'll say I want to connect to these sites. Yes. Okay, organization, sorry. How many times do I want to sign in? Power BI. Connect. Off. But I can't sign in here. And this is where you couldn't honestly credential provided. Sign. You're telling me I've already signed in and I cannot log in. It's something about SharePoint, but there are two ways you can actually connect to SharePoint. That's number one way. Let's try other ways too. So what I will do from here is this. Let's say I want to bring this data into SharePoint. I will click on this second list. I will click on open in an app. And once I open, Once I open, I think Excel will open for me. Yeah. It's open in Excel. Got it. There's nothing there. There's nothing in this file. Let me try another file. Let me try this. Okay, let me try this. Open an app. Open an app. Yeah, there's something here, and I will come to file. I think there's some questions there for me. Thank you. Okay, this Jacob said they were able to connect to Google Drive. Okay, use Google Sheets. Okay, let me see. Google Sheet? Let me see if there's Google Sheets here. I think there's updates in online service. No, others. Okay, Google Sheets. Thank you for that. Who is it? Jacob. Yeah, Google Sheets. I think there's an update already then. Let's try Google Sheets. Thank you for that, Jacob. Continue. And I'll just paste it here. Let me paste the link. Is it must I sign in? Wow. So before, I haven't used Google Sheet before. I've used that because I connect to Google Drive mostly every time. And I see there's an update already on that, which is also update from PowerPoint. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Jacob. So, and then I'll go back to my Power Query now. We are currently signed in. And connect. Again, let me now edit now. Do you edit as I did for my other one? I think it's for my hand. You edit it using that format, right? Is it the same format? So I think it's for my account. So you guys others can try it out. So Jacob has tried it out and it works. So please let's try it out, and we didn't get it. We can put it on the Telegram so we can go through that again. I think it's for my account. Yeah. So it's now still doing the same here and it's not working. So for SharePoint, I think I've opened Excel for SharePoint. And I will from SharePoint now. I open from my SharePoint, for my organization account here, I open the SharePoint file here and I say open in app. And once I click on open in app, it will open Excel for me, and which is this. And for me to do that, I will just click on file here and I will see, you know what? From this file, and I will come to info and I will say copy paths. Can you see that now? And I'll say copy paths. And I'll come to Power BI again. And I'll say, you know what, get data from web. I'll say get data from web, paste it. And I'll click on again. Am I not signed in? So, and you can see that now, that's how I can get data from SharePoint file. But I'm coming for SharePoint list. If you have multiple things, just like we have folder. So you can see this from SharePoint file, as I just illustrate now, as we just did now. So you just pick the table that you want. Pick the table that you want. So the difference between this, you can see sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5. The difference between these two in Power Query is this. This sheet means in a workbook, in one worksheet, as you have in this Excel, there can be multiple tables. Like one table is this, there can be another table here, there can be another table here. So that's what it's telling us. So in one worksheet, there can be multiple tables. So these are the tables that you need to select. It means for each of these worksheet now, there is one table, there is one table, there is one table. So it is always advisable for you when you want to select or you want to check something, always look for the table. Because in one worksheet now, you can have multiple tables there. So you should always look for those select worksheets. Because there can be two tables in the worksheet and you click on it, it will be very hard for you to navigate in your Power Query. So if I say, okay, I select the last one now, let me say I pick this and I select it. And that's where I pick from SharePoint and to load it into Power Query for me. And that's another one. So to get from SharePoint list now, the one I wanted to do before, I'll come to online service and I will say, I want to pick from SharePoint list. Yes, I want to connect to SharePoint list and it will show me this now. And I will say, go to my SharePoint folder. Is it documents? Yeah, documents. I'll say, you know what you'll do for me? Go to this home, which is my SharePoint sites and documents. What do I have in documents? What do I have in documents? Yeah, I have this. And I can copy from here. I think, yeah, from this document, I think. I'll copy from this document. Control C, and it comes to your SharePoint list. And I select. Let's see what it's giving. Okay. That's what it's giving. SharePoint is always tricky sometimes. 2.0 and yeah, sign in. So you can see that now. And I will look for different thing on my SharePoint folder, documents. You can see everything from here now, and you can now pick from there. So that's how you can bring from SharePoint. This SharePoint folder now, SharePoint list rather. So everything on my SharePoint will now be showing there. You can see recycle bin, size contents. And if I want to navigate through this document only, I will just come here and I'll say, you know what? For this again, I don't want this. I want from I pick web. I'll come to SharePoint. Come to SharePoint. Online service, SharePoint. Connect. I'll pick 2.0. I'll say locate documents for me. Let's see if that will connect. Okay, it can connect to that. retrieve all column from a SharePoint list. Yes, yes. So I'll just need to pick from that file later. So I'll just pick anyone I want to pick. Let me see this form. I'm going to pick this lists. So, and these are the lists for everything that in my Power BI, in my Power BI list. I say in my SharePoint list rather. I'll just pick the list if I want the document to. And these are the documents that I have. The time created everything. I can go through it later. And you will see all these names. So let me pick this document too on the list and I'll click on OK. And it'll bring it into my Power Query for me. So and you will see this list here now. If you click on this list, these are some records. We are coming there. When we get to oh shit, I just did something now. Okay, Power BI. Documents. I just did something. I need to move this. So yeah, I just extract something now. Everything in this document, you will see this file, you know. Power BI. Let me expand. Let's still load. This is how you bring data into this place. I only want I need to bring this list again. Documents. I need to import this again. So I will show you how to expand data from SharePoint. I'll show you how to expand data from SharePoint. So delete this. I'll come to recent source here. Documents, and you click on OK. So, and after that, this is where your list, these are where the records are for each of these. Let's say I want to pick this Power BI Masterclass 4. And I will just come here, I will click on the record there. And this is the record. So it's giving me as a list. What I will just do to convert it to a table, I will just click here, convert to table. And I'll say, yeah, undo extra column as 0, yes. Or truncate, yeah, just leave it as 0, that's the default. And you can see it's converted to table now. I can be able to expand from here now. And these are the things. So, and once I click on this, okay, you can see for that list for that I pick about so, and the picture and everything. So, and that's how it goes. If you want to go to another navigation tool, and there are many other sources that we have. So if you want to do many other things like that, if you are doing much of it, you want to expand, can come to, you need to navigate documents. Here, can you see the documents? Because that's where I want to pick. Continue. It will open another table for me, which is the table of, I don't want image. I'll need to navigate. Response 5. I'll click on another list, navigate to another thing, convert to table, and show as error. So navigate that record and expand, and you'll see again. So that's how you bring from SharePoint list. If you're having multiple files there, multiple things there, you bring it from SharePoint list and you convert it to your normal tabular folder. So, and that's all we have for today in our today's class. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this class and every other thing. Now, if you have any question, I can see a lot of questions that people have for us. So we have next 10 minutes to have our questions before we go. Please, I need the Telegram link. No Telegram link. It is sent to your email. For those people that are sharing the link outside, anybody that joined with an external link here, not the one you sent through your email, you won't be have access to any other thing. And it's not advisable. That's why it's through there. Every other thing you need will be communicate to you through your email and the Telegram group. So thank you. So now our question can now comes in before we go. So Faith, are you there? Inbox them, are you there? Angel in one call have a question. Please let me give her the mic. I think I'm done for now. So if you have question, please raise your hand so I can do. Angel, you can go on.
Good evening. Can I be heard?
Yeah. I
Can you hear me?
Sure, just raise
Yes,
up
I
your
can.
hand and then
Okay. Thank you very much for this insightful lecture. Although I am kind of having network issues because most times when you are talking, it's like you talk and do things before the screen will change from my own end. So at a point I was lost, especially when you were talking about bringing data from your Google Drive, like trying to get data from Google Drive. When you were talking about the extension, that I do not even understand what was happening there at all. Then the first question I had initially was from the resources you shared through our email, I noticed that when I click on it, it opens a zip folder containing the resources you shared. I can't download, rather, I can only save the link. So I'm asking, is that it? I don't understand. Is it that when I want to get data from that source, I can copy the link? Like I want to bring those data you shared in our email. I will copy it through the link or what? Can you quickly explain that,
Okay.
please, sir?
Can you use my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. So this is what was sent. This what was sent. What was sent. Publish. I'm coming to the post. Where is the post? So this is what was sent, right? For others that said they didn't get the email, so please kindly look through now. So how to create free work email for Microsoft is there, and this is the resources. Once you click on the resources, you will have something like this. Because me, I'm signed in though. You have something like this, right?
Like what? This
Hello.
is what I'm okay. I'm trying to see the screen change now. I don't know.
It's your
I'm seeing
network.
a
It's your
blank.
network.
And you
It's your
see,
network.
I'm seeing a blank, just a blank. I can see your screen actually, but the page is just blank.
Please, if any other person
I think what
encountering this,
would be best for you to do is I can see
It's
mobile screen.
on now. I can see it
I
now.
think the best thing is for you to go back to this recording and the
and look
place where you
through
I
ask
need
your
it.
to
question.
explain this. That even yes, you should just explain, even if I can, so that when I'm going through the record, I can actually know what he did here.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying. At the
once
same time,
you,
we also need to take other people's question because we have only 6 minutes.
yeah,
Right. But Mobile,
that's
please, if you
it.
can, just quickly do it for her so that we can take other questions.
Yeah, so once you just click on the link, it will open a new window for you as a new page, and you'll see download, you'll see copy link, you'll see share. There are things that you just click on your download and we automatically download for you. You will see the download at this top something. If you are using
What
Chrome,
I'm
if you are
saying,
using
it's not
anyone, you
saying
can see.
download from you. Can you hear me,
Please
sir?
take in, yeah. I've already
It's
showed
not
that it's
showing
it's
this
from your
download
end.
that is showing for you. I don't know why.
Is any other that is your connection? Every other person here have downloaded, so it's not from it's
It's
from
your
you. You should check that.
connection. It's your connection.
You should check that. So please, the next
It's your
person,
connection.
madam, please your connection, ma. Thank you. Yeah, the next person, Nosakwe,
We have Nosakare
Nosakwe
Matthew.
Matthew.
Nosakare,
Please, if you
come off
have
mute and
any
ask your
question,
question.
please kindly
Yeah,
raise your hand,
mine is not.
indicate now before we do.
Okay. Good evening, Mumbai. Thank you very much. Please,
You're
the
welcome.
stuff you said you sent to the various emails, I didn't get
Yeah.
mine. I sent a voice note to the Telegram page and there was no response. The materials you said you sent to the various email.
Please, if you can see my screen and you will see it here, please you can search for this Power BI Masterclass the one in your email, and
Okay.
what is so you can search for it.
Okay.
Because you actually find it here. What do you say your name is? What's your email?
Matthew. Nosaharem14@gmail.com.
Yeah, you actually get it. That's it. So you actually get it.
Okay,
So
I
you
should
can
search
check
for
your
it.
email. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm using my phone to search for it. Is it because I'm using my phone?
No. Just check your mail because it actually delivers. So that's why I just showed you now.
Please be
So
sure
the
to
next
check your
person.
check your. Okay, we have success. Success.
Okay.
I'm going to grant you access, so you can go on and ask. So Nosakare, I also wanted to add that you can check your spam. Check your spam and junk could be there. Okay, success. Please, you can come off mute and ask your questions now. I've granted you permission.
Success.
Please, can
you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi,
Thank you very much.
You can.
Good evening. Good evening, Muba. Good evening, facilitator and the assistants. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. So I was asking, I dropped the question rather in the group chat, but I didn't get a response. So I just want to ask, because you see, in organizations like where I work, there's this guy they brought in. So he said he had done Power BI and stuff like that. So when they brought him in, he was asked to pull some data from SQL Server, do his analysis, and he's having some challenges. So this is a reality when you get to the industry, right? It's more than just getting data from some Excel files and then starting your visualization. So I was thinking, if there is no way you can do, end-to-end connection, Power BI to SQL, so people have a feel of what it is like when you get to the industry, so that they don't get to have this kind of situation. So that was my question, basically. I don't know if it's a question anyway, but that was what I asked in the group chat. Thank you.
Success, if I could get you, actually, I didn't get what to actually, not like a question, but you're just saying kind of a scenario or experience you've encountered. So that's what I see it as. Well, I don't know if that's a question. I don't know if you can tailor it to what you actually want to know.
Okay, what I'm asking is that I want to know how you can connect Power BI to SQL Server to get data for your visualization.
Yeah, we've done that, and we can go to the recorded session because today now we connected from like over like 12 data sources, right? If I could get that well, let me see. We connected data from over like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We collected data from over 11 sources to Power BI today. So you can go to the recorded section, which SQL Server is covered there also.
Okay, I'll find out. Thank you.
You're welcome. So if anyone, I think those will be our last question. If you have question, I can still have like 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So after Ifeanyiwa, and if that, we can call it a day from there. So Ifeanyiwa, please, I've got your request.
My own question is based on the connecting Power BI, like connecting Power BI, connecting Google, is it Google Drive from Google Drive to Power BI? And after that, how can we like the visualization on it, like maybe the charts, if we want to see maybe charts on relational databases, like we want to see the relationship between two databases in a Power BI dashboard. How can that be done, please?
Sorry, please, can you rephrase your question?
Like if I want to see the relationship between two databases on a Power BI dashboard, how can that be done?
We are coming there. It is called data modeling. So when we get there, you actually got it. So we are coming there.
Okay.
You're welcome. Last question. Ayodele.
Modeling.
Ayodele.
Hello, good evening, Muba.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for the session. Actually, I was not able to join today's session, but I joined the one for 2 days ago because I was very busy, just finished working now. But I know you might have answered the question, but I would just like to ask the recorded session, please. How are we supposed to get, or how are we going to get? Because I was not able to partake in today's session, and I really tried to.
How would
Thank
you
you
get
very much. The recorded session for today's class.
Yeah, you'll get it to your email. Everything will be sent to your email.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, thank you, guys. So we call it today, and I appreciate every one of us. So please kindly let's put our review, our feedback, how the data was it, what you learned. Don't forget to share it on your page, on your media page, LinkedIn, Twitter, and put everything there. And also, let's put our feedback in the chat too. And we meet on Friday. And kudos to our moderators too that are doing the work behind too and moderating everything. So please let's appreciate them. And we'll be expecting your feedback too on how the class is going on. And don't forget the hashtag Power BI Masterclass, learn Power BI. So make sure everything you learn, what you cover today, you'll be able to gather, you can put it on your page, everything on that thing too. So thank you guys. So we meet on Friday. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank
You're
you guys
welcome.
for joining us. See you guys on Friday.